I'll show you the dark side.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, we were stepping into the shadows to uncover the top 10 most secret military bases in the world. These aren't your average army posts. These are places so hidden, so locked down, they've sparked conspiracies, fueled legends, and kept the curious guessing for decades. From remote deserts to underground lairs, these bases hold secrets that could change how we see power, technology, even the universe itself. So, grab a snack, settle in, and let's count down the top 10 most mysterious military installations on the planet, starting right now. Kicking things off at number 10, we've got Pine Gap, a joint US-Australian facility buried in the heart of the Australian outback. Picture this: miles of red dirt, no towns for hours, and then, bam! A cluster of giant white satellite dishes piercing the sky. Officially, it's called the Joint Defense Facility Pine Gap, and it's run by the US National Security Agency alongside Aussie Intel. What's it do? Well, they say it's all about signals intelligence, spying on communications, tracking missile launches, keeping tabs on the Asia-Pacific region. But here's the thing. No one outside a tiny circle knows the full story. It's so remote and so classified, locals call it Australia's Area 51. Some even whisper about UFO research, though that's probably just wishful thinking. Still, with its high-tech gear and total blackout on details, Pine Gap earns its spot on this list. Moving up to number 9, we head to Russia for Kapustin Yar. This place has been around since 1946, tucked away near the Volga River, and it's got a nickname that'll raise your eyebrows: Russia's Roswell. Back in the Soviet days, it was a missile testing site, launching rockets and satellites into the Cold War sky. But the rumors? Oh, they get wild. Word is, they've got crashed UFOs stashed there, maybe even alien tech they've been tinkering with. Declassified files tease at strange aerial sightings, but nothing concrete's ever leaked out. Today, it's where Russia tests hypersonic weapons, like the Kinzhal missile that's got the West sweating. Foreigners can't get near it, and even most Russians need special clearance. Kapustin Yar is a time capsule of secrets, and it's not spilling them anytime soon. At number 8, we're back in the US with Dugway Proving Ground. This one's a monster. 800,000 acres of Utah desert, so isolated it's like stepping onto another planet. Officially, it's the Pentagon's go-to spot for testing chemical and biological weapons defenses. Think nerve gas antidotes, germ warfare countermeasures, that kind of stuff. But its history's got some dark stains, like open-air tests of VX gas decades ago that didn't exactly go unnoticed. Naturally, the conspiracy crowd loves it. Some call it America's other Area 51, swearing it's where they dissect aliens or cook up weather control tech. No evidence for that, but the armed patrols, restricted airspace, and dead silence from officials, that's enough to keep Dugway in the mystery zone. Number 7 takes us to Russia again, Mount Yamantau, deep in the Ural Mountains. This isn't just a base, it's a fortress carved into solid rock. The Kremlin says it's a mining site or a storage depot, but come on. 400 square miles of underground tunnels? That's no coal mine. US Intel's been watching it for years, and the best guess is it's a nuclear bunker for Russia's top dogs, built to ride out World War III. Construction started in the Cold War and hasn't stopped. Satellites keep spotting heavy machinery moving in and out. No one's been inside who's talking, and the locals? They're not saying a word. Mount Yamantau's a giant question mark, and it's staying that way. Now, at number 6, we've got the one you've all been waiting for, Area 51. Yeah, I know, it's the poster child of secret bases, sitting out there in Nevada's Groom Lake Desert. The US Air Force uses it to test bleeding-edge aircraft. Think U-2 spy planes, the SR-71 Blackbird, maybe even the next stealth bomber. That's the official line, and declassified docs back it up. But then there's Bob Lazar, the guy who in 1989 claimed he worked on alien spaceships there. The CIA didn't even admit Area 51 existed until 2013, and those no trespassing signs, plus armed guards, don't exactly scream transparency. Remember the Storm Area 51 craze in 2019? Didn't get far. but it showed how bad we want answers. UFOs or not, Area 51's secrecy is legendary. Halfway there. Number 5 brings us to the UK with Porton Down, a quiet little spot in Wiltshire that's anything but peaceful. It's been around since World War I, born to fight German gas attacks, and now it's Britain's hub for chemical and biological research. We're talking anthrax, Ebola, even Novichok, the nerve agent tied to that 2018 spy poisoning. Its past is rough, human tests with mustard gas left scars, but today they say it's all about defense. The 7,000-acre site's split into locked-down zones, and no one's strolling in for a tour. Porton Down's got a clinical, creepy vibe, like a lab where the world's worst nightmares are bottled up and studied. Number 4 is a trek to Australia again, Woomera Test Range. This thing's massive, 122,000 square kilometers of desert, bigger than some countries. It's where Australia, the US, and the UK test missiles, drones, even nuclear bombs back in the day. Now it's hypersonic weapons and satellite launches keeping it busy. The place is so remote, it's dotted with crash sites and no-go zones that scream classified. Some of what happens there's public, like rocket tests. But the juiciest stuff? That's buried deep in the outback, and they're not digging it up for us. Climbing to number 3, we've got the Cheyenne Mountain Complex in Colorado, USA. This one's a Cold War classic, buried 2,000 feet under granite, built to shrug off a nuclear hit. It used to be NORAD's main hub, tracking Soviet missiles and, yeah, the occasional UFO. Those logs exist. Now it's a backup for air defense, with its famous 25-ton blast doors and a setup that could sustain life for months. Power, water, the works. What's it doing today? Hard to say. The mountain keeps its secrets locked tight, and that doomsday vibe makes it one of the coolest bases out there. Number 2 takes us to Israel with Site Zero, sometimes called the Hill. Here's the kicker. Israel won't even admit it exists. Near Tel Aviv, this place is a ghost on the map, but leaks and satellite shots point to a heavily guarded compound with underground levels. Best guess? It's the brain of Israel's nuclear weapons program, tied to the Dimona reactor where they built their bombs. Airspace is locked, signals get jammed, and officials just shrug when you ask. In a country that plays its cards close, Site Zero's the ace they're not showing. And finally, at number 1, Zhongnanhai in Beijing, China. This isn't your typical military base. It's the nerve center of a superpower. Right next to the Forbidden City, it's where China's leaders live and run the show, including the People's Liberation Army. Above ground, it's all gardens and lakes, but below, a bunker complex built for war, bristling with cyber ops and missile controls, or so the rumors go. Only the elite get in, and the average Chinese citizen? They're as clueless as we are. Zhongnanhai's secrecy isn't just about defense, it's about power, pure and simple, and that lands it at the top. So, there you have it. The top 10 most secret military bases in the world, as of March 12, 2025. These places guard everything from next-gen weapons to maybe a few cosmic mysteries. What ties them together? Isolation, locked gates, and stories that won't quit. Some protect us, some scare us, and some just make us wonder, what's really going on behind those walls? Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments, and if you want more deep dives like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Thanks for hanging out, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.